He's shockingly good.
He's so good. And then Yuto Horigome.
That's right.
Just won in London and has just been on a tear.
He can do everything every try. And we've seen it. We saw it in London. We saw it in prelims. We hope to see it continue here. One at SLS. That could change tonight.
I think that he's going to have to change the mental game. And then he obviously has the physical chops to do it.
Here's your start list. 7 skaters. Tommy Finn will be coming in first, followed by Felipe Gustavo, Yuto Horigome, Kelvin Hoffler, Manny Santiago, Nigel Houston, and Chris Joslin. And once again, what an international field. Australia, Brazil, Japan. You'll see the highest placing they can get with a score. That's the pylon. Coming in next from Tokyo, Japan, winner of the Pro Open in London, and he has just been on a tear, Yuto Horigome.
It's funny that he's so dialed that you have to look for little things, little clues as to whether he's nervous or not. His feet shook a little bit on the Nollie 5.0, and that's his version of nerves. Whereas everybody else just bails and doesn't make their tricks.
You know, we saw a little bit of what I think was the impact of those nerves in London before he won. He bailed a bunch of tricks when he should have been making them.
That's right. He gave everybody a big scare. Like, wait, is he not going to put down 4?
And Shane O'Neill had to step in and say, hey, Yuto, just chill out. Just make your basics, and you're going to win. And that's what happened.
Right, and he just crushed a run as though it was a warm-up run.
So the shaky feet had no impact whatsoever.
None at all. Look at this, just a gigantic switch stance backside lip slide, which a couple years ago would have been an ender in a video part, but is now just thrown in Yuto's run at SLS.
Gonna shout out Ronnie Bertino, inventor of the switchback lip. 9 Club, right off the bat, Yuto. And that's how he started in London. Remember, back-to-back 9s in the runs?
That's right. Two 9 runs, which never, ever happens. But
Joslin needs to bump it down a little bit just to kick the finals off. But here we go. We're after 1 run. Nigel Houston, no surprise. He's on top with a 9.1, but just barely edging out. Yuto and Kelvin Hoffler will be back with second runs. Second runs here in the finals of the 2018 SLS World Tour. Coming to you from the Galen Center, and yeah, Steve Caballero right there in the middle with that hat, the stylish hat on.
Jeff Cat.
The father of the Caballero, which he invented that trick in the 80s, and it's so relevant today. It's great. We've seen a million Caballeros this weekend.
That's right.
Caballero back lip down the rail. Caballero kickflip down the stairs for a 9.5 from Chris Joslin today. I mean, thank you, Steve Caballero. What he needs to do, and we already know what he can do in best trick. I mean,
that's right.
Please.
That's right.
So coming off a 9, Yuto Horigome. Ooh.
I mean, this is a really well laid out plan that he has. The way that he, did the Smith stall and then got the speed from that to hit the rail, like, it's all just laid out really well. And the fact that these tricks are just happening so easily is just mind-boggling.
It is. I mean, are they, or does it just look that easy because of his style? Are they easy for him? He's done them so many times, or is he exerting himself at all? I don't know.
No, they're easy for him because he lands them every try. So it's not like, oh, it's just his style. It's, I mean, if you make it every single try, it can't be very hard, right?
I don't know. That seems impossible.
I mean, he has to put he puts effort in that we're not seeing because his arms just don't want to swing around like it's hard. But that was an incredible run.
Follows a 9 with an 8.9. So Yuto in the lead for Yuto Horigome up on top with a 17.9, followed by Kelvin Hoffler, 17.6. Nyjah Huston in third. All those guys bunched up. Everybody's got a shot at it. Felipe, Manny, Chris Joslin, and Tommy Finn rounding out. Top 7. All right, before we get to the best trick count from any section, the highest score you could possibly get in SLS is a 40. That's if you got 4 10s. That's never happened. So the order has changed based on the results after the run section. But Tommy Finn is going to be coming in first once again, followed by Chris. Kelvin's had to work for his points all weekend. That was good, though. That one came a little easier, even though it wasn't what he was trying to do.
Happy surprise.
Yuto.
Nice. Yuto holds it together with a nollie tab / nollie 270 switchback lip.
So he needs an 8.8 for first. Where does that trick stand?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do with that. I mean, 9 club with a half cab Susky, that's nollie. He did it not sketchy, but sketchy for him. It's got to be up there.
It's up there.
8.8. That's actually what I was thinking.
Yuto, who's in third.
I don't think we're going to see a bailout.
But anything Yuto does will put him back in the lead with his 4th score.
No.
Hey! Now!
Wow.
That's the trick that could just seal it for him.
And that is the trick that sealed the deal in London for him.
But it was on a much more mild obstacle.
Yes, not a handrail as big as your living room. Look at how he did that 1-footer, which should be extra points, right? Bob Burnquist rule. And look at how he lands it. Just, yep, that makes sense.
9 club,
Yeah.
9.5. Wow. Things are heating up inside this arena like they are outside. So Yuto Horigome moving back into the lead, trying to follow up his win in London here in LA. Let's keep it going. We'll be back after this with more best trick. Yuto.
Hey, man. I trust Chad.
I do too.
Yuto is just throwing down huge tricks easily.
All right, look at our current standings. Yuto up on top. Look at the numbers, though. 36.2. Next in line, Joslin with a 30.8. So everybody's got work to do. Tommy Finn, Kelvin, Nyjah, Manny, and Felipe rounding out the top 7 here.
I mean, that's... Oh, he's rewarded well.
Yuto won London with a 35.1. He's already at a 36.2. That's a 9.1 average for Yuto.
What's he got for us now? Nollie heel nose, nollie heel crook. Dude, he's so good. Nollie heel crook.
Wow.
As though the rail's small.
Incredible.
That was awesome. But what do they judge it? Because it's not as good as
all he's trying to get rid of is an 8.8. All right? Trying to get rid of an 8.8. And that's a low score for Yuto. 9 club. Wow, with one best trick attempt left. Yuto Horigome trying to follow up his win in London with another win here. That would make it 2 in a row. He's sitting on a 36.4, one of the highest scores we've ever seen. That first place trophy is within his grasp. We'll be back after this. Welcome back inside the Galen Center for the 2018 SLS Los Angeles World Tour. This is the final. We're down to the 5th and last best trick attempt here with Yuto Horigome in the lead. And inside the building tonight, we have the man that made it all possible, the founder of SLS, Mr. Rob Dyrdek. Let's take a look. Current standings, sitting on a score of 36.4. Yuto Horigome coming into the 5th and final attempt. There are 3 skaters on this list that can take it away from him. Chris Joslin, Kelvin Hoffler, and Nyjah Huston. They are all in the running to win here tonight. Yuto Horigome, winner of the 2018 SLS Los Angeles World Tour stop. Make it 2 in a row for Yuto.
What a tear he's been on. This is insane. And that was a heavy contest.
He's got a 36.4. I mean, he's trying to drop an 8.9. He's trying to get rid of an 8.9 right here.
Oh my.
That was beautiful, even with the fall.
What an incredible talent.
So, no nerves for Yuto here tonight. You saw him shake his feet a little bit.
And that's all there was.
That was it.
That was the only clue.
And he followed it up with 9s, 9.5, 8.8, 8.9. The winner of the Los Angeles World Tour. Congratulations to Yuto Horigome. We'll be back with awards after this. The 2018 SLS World Tour Los Angeles has been brought to you in part by Monster Energy. Welcome back inside the Galen Center, where we just saw one of the heaviest finals in the history of SLS. Chris, what do you think of these results?
That was nuts. I'm like, I feel bad for the people that were in that, because that was nuts. And they just delivered and delivered and delivered. I mean, any one of those guys delivering that performance on any other day probably would have won.
And the scores tell the story. 36.4 overall score for Yuto Horigome. And let's throw it down to Andrew Cannon.
Yuto, congratulations. This is 2 in a row at Street League. What does this victory mean to you?
I'm so hyped, and it was so fun contest. And thank you for everyone.
Congratulations, very well deserved. Back to you.
Yeah, beyond well deserved. Yuto he's a legend already.
Absolutely.
Here we have the monster highest scoring tricks. There's 2 of them this time. Chris Joslin, 9.5. Full cab, kickflip. And Yuto.
And then that Nollie 270 switchback tail down the big rail. That is just phenomenal. Look at that. And he did it perfect.
Congratulations to both of those guys for monster highest scoring trick of the finals. So before we send things off, just want to update you. There's no word yet on Zion Wright after taking that fall right before final. But for updates, make sure to follow SLS on Instagram, and we're going to try to let you know. As soon as we know anything about Zion's condition, you'll find out there. So what an insane night here inside the Galen Center. Chris, all day.
This was just nuts. I can't believe the tricks that went down and the tricks that got wrangled that weren't supposed to go down.
All right, that's it for us from LA. For Chris Cole, I'm Paul Zitzer, and everybody at ETN. Good night.